Welcome back to Euro Football Daily for this week's Euro transfer talk. The winter window opens in little over a month, so the rumours are really starting to heat up. Let's waste no more time and jump straight into it. We'll start with Erling Haaland, who continues to be the most sought after player in world football. Any fears of injury stunting his incredible goal-scoring record to date were laid to rest on Saturday, when the 21-year-old scored just 7 minutes into his return from a hip issue that many expected would keep him out until 2022. That puts him on to 10 goals for the campaign, behind just Robert Lewandowski in the charts, despite missing 6 of 13 matches due to injury so far this season. As you may well know by now, the Norwegian, who has 71 goals in 70 matches for Borussia Dortmund since joining them less than 2 years ago, has a €75 million release clause in his deal that becomes active next summer. You'll also likely be aware that the likes of Man City, Man United, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are all interested in the striker, but one of those sides believe they've stolen a step on the competition. With the appointment of Ralf Rangnick as interim manager, Man United are confident that the Germans' connections with the Haaland family will only work in their favour. The former head of sport and development at the Red Bull Group convinced a then teenage Haaland to join Austrian giants RB Salzburg in early 2019, believing he'd get more playing time there than a direct move to the Bundesliga. It was obviously a move that panned out, as just 1 year later he had developed into one of the game's hottest talents, after 28 goals in 22 games for his new side. So as you'd expect, United hope that Rangnick can have the same sort of pull next summer, when the former Hoffenheim manager makes the move from the sidelines to the boardroom. Mind you, they also thought the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer managed him for 18 months at Molde would help sign him in January 2020, and that didn't go to plan. However, according to Goal, Haaland's preferred destination next summer is believed to be Real Madrid, which would presumably see him link up with Kylian Mbappe in what would become football's deadliest attack. As it stands though, Haaland is yet to make a final decision on his future, meaning both he and agent Mino Raiola could yet change their minds. Oh, and Dortmund will do whatever they can to keep hold of their main man, who is under contract until 2024, although let's be honest, that seems incredibly unlikely at this point. As always though, we want to hear from you. Do you think Man United's hiring of Ralf Rangnick improves their chances of signing Erling Haaland, or is he destined to go somewhere else? Let us know in the comment section. Next up, we head to Real Madrid, who at this early stage of the season are clear favourites for La Liga, losing just 1 match to date and are 4 points ahead and 7 goals better off than closest rivals Atletico Madrid. And still pulling the strings in the centre of the park is Luka Modric, who turned 36 back in September, with the Croatian having started 9 of the 10 games he's been available for, setting up 3 goals in the process. Now in his 10th year with Los Blancos, Modric is also into the final 12 months of his current deal, which naturally raises questions about his future, especially considering Florian Torres' recent treatment of older players. And it looks like it could be a repeat of the Sergio Ramos situation, as despite being one of Carlo Ancelotti's favourites, player and club are once again at loggerheads. It's been reported by Spanish outlet Super Deporte that the 2018 Ballon d'Or winner has been offered a 1-year deal, as is apparently policy for over 30s at the Bernabeu. But Modric is demanding a 2-year contract, as well as maintaining his €300,000 a week wage packet. But whilst negotiations are at a standstill, the former Tottenham player is said to be mulling over a potential return to the Premier League. Nouveau riche Newcastle United are interested in Modric, however it is not a mutual attraction, as the veteran, who has 146 caps for his country, is contemplating a move to Pep Guardiola's Man City, with a view to that allowing him to play for MLS side New York City in the future. It is worth noting though that right now, any interest from Pep and City is unknown, with Modric simply liking the prospect due to the network of clubs within the City football group. Regardless, it looks like Real Madrid will have another fight on their hands to keep hold of a club legend. So to any merengues watching, we want to ask you if your club should keep hold of Luka Modric and whether or not Florentino Perez should bend to his demands. Let us know down below. On the topic of Man City, one player that could be on their way out of the club is Ferran Torres. This may come as a surprise, as the Spanish youngster has proven very useful to Pep Guardiola, scoring 16 goals across all competitions since his arrival in summer 2020, with the winger being used as an effective number 9 in absence of a natural striker. And this season the 21-year-old got off strongly, starting as a centre forward in the first 4 fixtures of the campaign, with 2 goals and an assist to his name, before being dropped to the bench. He's been out with a fractured foot since mid-October, which he picked up whilst on international duty with Spain. You'd expect him to continue being an important member of the City squad on his return, although with Pep, no player is ever a guaranteed starter. However, it has now emerged that Torres is keen on a return to Spain. It's even been reported by Mundo Deportivo that the former Valencia prodigy has requested a transfer away from the Etihad, with Barcelona said to be his preferred destination. And they even went as far to suggest that personal terms have already been agreed between player and club, with the Catalans keen to sign someone that is integral to the Spanish national team. Torres has 12 goals in 22 appearances for La Roja, having only made his debut in September 2020. So he certainly fits that bill. There is, however, one caveat to this, and we're sure you can work out what it is. Man City would be willing to let the youngster return to his homeland, but not for less than 70 million euros, a significant profit on the 23 million euros they paid for him 18 months ago. And of course, Barcelona are basically broke, and very much have to sell in order to buy, and even selling might not raise the funds needed to push this through. But if they do manage it, City are eyeing up RB Leipzig's Dani Olmo as a replacement, another player high on Xavi's shortlist as he looks to rebuild the Blaugrana. So ultimately for Barcelona, it could come down to who they want more, as it's hard to see them competing financially for Olmo with City, should it come down to it. City fans, what are your thoughts on this? Would you be willing to let Ferran Torres leave, and who would be your ideal replacement for him? Answers in the comments section, please. So we know a lot of the attention over the next couple of months will be on Newcastle United and who they might sign to try and save their season. Eddie Howe's Magpies are rooted to the bottom of the Premier League without a win, with their defence a major cause for concern. The latest rumour would go away to addressing that, with Hoffenheim's Florian Grillich now being linked with a move to St James's Park. The 26-year-old is a versatile midfielder, useful going forward but more known for his defensive abilities, having so far split 10 appearances this campaign between centre-back and holding midfield. His 2.7 tackles per 90 is 5th best in the Bundesliga, whilst his total of 4.1 defensive actions a game far exceeds any of his teammates at the Rhein-Neckar Arena. Austrian international Grillitsch, who was a favourite of Julian Nagelsmann whilst he was in charge at Hoffenheim, sees his contract expire at the end of the campaign, so he is free to sign a pre-contract agreement in January. However, Newcastle are going to try and snap him up instead for a bargain £4 million, although they face stiff competition from Jose Mourinho's Roma to get a deal done, although of course there's now plenty more money in North East England, and being desperate for reinforcements and a fight for survival, they'll almost definitely overpay to get who they can to help their cause. It'll be hard to find anyone in football who has had a crazier 2021 than Ben Brereton Diaz. Up to April 2021, the 22-year-old striker had scored just 16 goals in 142 professional appearances for Nottingham Forest and Blackburn Rovers, with the latter being his home since 2018. But since then, the former England under-20 international has scored 18 goals in 24 matches, including 16 already in this championship campaign, as well as making his debut for Chile. Featuring alongside Alexis Sanchez and Arturo Vidal at this summer's Copa America, has blasted Stoke-born Brereton Diaz into the spotlight, and his continued form has seen him linked with a move away from Ewood Park. And whilst the Premier League seems the obvious step with both Leeds United and Southampton said to be interested, he could in fact be set for a move to La Liga. This is because Sevilla are interested in La Roja's newest star, and it's believed the £20 million asking price isn't beyond the Spaniards. However, after selling Adam Armstrong to Southampton over the summer, it's believed Rovers are under no pressure to sell, and will do what they can to hold on to their new talisman. Regardless of where Ben Brereton Diaz's future lies though, it's fair to say that 2021 has been a year to remember for the young attacker. So guys, that was Euro transfer talk for another week. What did you guys think of the stories? Will Ben Brereton Diaz end up being La Liga's newest star in 2022? Get your answers to those questions and all the other ones we asked in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you later in the week.